Today, we've got a great announcement, and we got some great guests. So I'll be your MC today. The first guest up here. Pardon me. Let me just do one thing. You're at the historic Parkside development, one of the first developments in the agency's portfolio, start back in the late 1930s, early 40s. It was replaced by a interim redevelopment. But that's what we are here to, it's one of the things we're here to talk about is the future and the next steps for this property. I'm thrilled to be here with my team. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'll talk a little bit more about how we got here as an agency. But first, I want to make sure we start the show and introduce the reason for the show, which is our partnership with the state. So the state of Michigan has been an integral part of a lot of the moves we've made here in the city over the last several years. Number of different partnerships, but the partnership around the low-income housing tax credit program and the investments they've made in the city with some of our development interests in our neighborhood partners has been crucial. We don't have too many friends better than the Michigan State Housing Authority, and today they're represented by Chad Benson, who's going to come and share a few comments. Chad runs the team that makes the allocations of low-income housing tax credits that make projects like this happen. So please join me in welcoming Chad up here to the stage. Chad.
Thank you, Arthur. So as Arthur mentioned, I'm Chad Benson. I'm the Director of Development for the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, and I am honored to be representing MSHDA to celebrate this incredible milestone for the villages of Parkside. This redevelopment is a powerful example of what's possible when we partner together to strengthen communities. And at MSHDA, we are deeply focused to ensure that every Detroiter has access to safe, stable, and affordable housing. And so we are very proud to support these first phases with this low-income housing tax credit allocation that will bring 214 units and over $70 million of investment to this housing. Thank you, yeah, it's exciting. And we know that this is also a part of a larger vision that will bring 480 new modern units to this site as well. But you know, it's not just about these new buildings, but it's about really creating opportunity and preserving community and ensuring that these longtime residents have the opportunity to remain in the neighborhoods that they've called home for generations. So we are very grateful for the Detroit Housing Commission. We're grateful for Mayor Duggan, for Janowska Development, and for the many partners who have worked to bring this vision to life. You know, it's really projects like Parkside that are a testament to what's possible when we prioritize people's basic needs in the right way. And we're also proud that this work is happening alongside other tax credit supported developments in the city as well, like Gesu Senior Housing and 725 Amsterdam, that together, you know, they'll bring 100 additional affordable units to Detroiters in the near future as well. So, you know, today's celebration is more than just a groundbreaking, but it's a step forward in building a stronger, more vibrant Detroit where everyone has a place to call home. So, on behalf of MSHDA, I want to say congratulations to everyone involved. We look forward to continuing our work together and expanding affordable housing opportunities across the city. So with that, it is my honor to bring to the stage your Mayor, Mike Duggan. Thank you.
Well, today has been a long time coming, hasn't it? 2013, I kicked off my mayor's campaign at the Samaritan Center across the street. And residents of Parkside, somehow through the blizzard, came out anyway that night and said to me, you got to do something about the conditions at Parkside. This is the first federally funded low-income housing project in the city of Detroit, 1930s. At one time, it was a pride of Detroit. But a development that had 275 units, we're down to 125. that people can occupy. And if you talk to some of the folks in the 125, conditions aren't what they should be in the residents that we have. And so I went out to Massachusetts and I recruited a new housing director. His name was Arthur Jemison. And he came out in 2014 and I said, Arthur, I need you to renovate Parkside. And he said, Mayor, you got to understand, that's not under the city, it's under the Housing Commission, and it's separate. I said, Arthur, I don't really hear about this Housing Commission. But I went out and I renovated Connor and rebuilt the street, right? And I said, Arthur, I want Parkside. He says, you got to understand, it's under the Housing Commission. Then we knocked down Cadillac stamping after 40 years, built that new Lear plant with 700 jobs. And then put millions into Chandler Park with the new soccer fields, the artificial football field, the tennis courts, and now the beautiful rec center, right? Somehow Arthur managed to wander off to HUD in Washington, D.C. And I said, Arthur, we got to do Parkside. He says, that's your Housing Commission. And then the chairman of the Housing Commission, Richard Hosey, a year ago came to me and said, I want to bring in a new director of the Detroit Housing Commission. I said, who's that? He said, Arthur Jemison. And so Arthur came into my office and said, I'm thinking about coming back. What's your first priority? I said, do you have to ask? So from the first day he's here, every time he comes into my office, I said, start me with, where are we on Parkside? Okay, that is our priority. This area is coming back. The people here deserve to live in quality housing. 2 weeks ago, Arthur walked into my office, and he had a big smile on his face. And I said, seriously? And he says, I have the solution to Parkside. And thanks to HUD, thanks to Governor Whitmer and Chad Benson and Mishta, $73 million, the first 214 units. But this is part of what's going to be 6 phases and 480 new units on this site over the next 5 or 6 years. This is the investment that we've been waiting for. And for the longtime residents, I don't have to explain it because you know this. When the first 125 new units go up, you get to move out of your old units into the new units, and then we're going to knock down the old units and we're going to build everything out. And the reason I know we're going to do it is one of the finest developers in the state of Michigan is a gentleman named Amin Irving, and his company, Janasco, has got this project. They are going to get this done. You are in great hands. And so I want to say congratulations to the other winners. Van Fox has got a great senior program, housing program over at Jesu. Preserve on Ash is a great program. And what the Future Health is doing over by the Piston Center is great. But for the people here, I met one person who's been in this center for 40 years. The folks in Parkside deserve first-class housing, and now you're going to get it. And so with that, 2 of my partners are here from City Council. With this project, Detroit is well over $1.2 billion in new affordable housing in 6 years. We are building like nowhere else in America because the mayor and the council are together. And let me start by introducing your council member, Letitia Johnson.
I love the mayor's passion and his excitement about this project. I absolutely share it as well. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Letitia Johnson, the District 4 City Council member representing this area, and the mayor laid it all out. This area is absolutely going to be phenomenal because of this project. I will tell you all that the very first time that the developers presented to the community, I was on that call, and I said, Janasco has to win this thing. Janasco and MHT. And when I saw that they were the winners of the development, I was absolutely elated to see the 6 phases and to see one of those phases that down the road will speak to home ownership opportunities, and that I'm really excited about. I wanted to come out today to congratulate all of you and to say thank you. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for bringing this development project to District 4, where it's not just about affordable housing, it's about quality affordable housing. And so we thank you for helping to repopulate District 4. Thank you for helping to repopulate District 4. I know you all have a strong resident council president in Joyletha Goodwin, and she is going to continue to make sure the community is engaged. I also had an opportunity to come to some of the community engagement activities that took place, and I have to say a tremendous thank you for making sure the residents' voice is involved in this project. Everything from green stormwater infrastructure to the way the roads are going to be laid out to landscaping, all of that, the residents had a say and will continue to have a say in the various phases of this project. And so thank you all so much. This is absolutely amazing. I'm ecstatic, overjoyed, because we get to ensure that the residents that are here today and some that even left can come back to District 4 to quality, affordable housing. So thank you. And of course, I have my colleague here representing District 7, but he's always a champion and an advocate for affordable housing, Fred Durhall III. Please join us.
Thank you and good afternoon. If you please give it up for Councilmember Johnson one more time, because I will tell you, I get that pleasure to sit next to her in session and committee every week. And there is no other fierce advocate besides the mayor when we talk about building opportunity and affordable housing and home ownership here in the city of Detroit. So thank you for everything you do. I'm honored to be here today just to speak and say thank you to the residents. Those of you who have stuck and stayed here when it was tough. Those who did not see the progress, but now you are starting to see that here. The mayor alluded to it earlier. You look at our commercial corridors, and I remember driving down here years ago thinking to myself, wow, Connor is in rough shape. It is in absolutely rough shape. Riding past this development here thinking, wow, folks are still living there. That's tough. But now it's a brighter day. You're starting to see our city move forward, and with great partners like Mr. Irvin, Van Fox, as well as Richard Hosey, you guys are really fortunate to have great developers who really not only care about development, they actually care about the residents. They develop units that are for families for years to come. And so I could not be more proud to be here today to help you celebrate something new, a fresh new start over here. And again, we will be engaging with you, talking about you, and we got to keep this going throughout the city of Detroit. To our developers, we got to keep this going. There are so many other neighborhoods with folks just like here at Parkside that have stuck and stayed. So congratulations to you all. God bless you all, and looking forward for greater things to come. Thank you.
Excellent. So that was great, Mayor. You're fired up, and unfortunately, that's exactly what it felt like when you talked to me about it each time, including the time that I said, yes, let's go get Parkside done. I can't wait to spend time with these tenants and make this happen. So I'm thrilled to be here. I think I get the chance to introduce two key people to what we're doing, starting with the developer, Amin Irving from Janasco. Amin's been a key part of the development industry in this town and the state for many years, and we got a chance to bring his talents to this. We're excited. And then, of course, so can I get you to come on up? So it's only been a couple weeks since we were out here together doing one of, I think we're at 10 or 11 community meetings out here just since I've been out here. So I'm thrilled to have you. Please come give some remarks.
Well, thank you, y'all. My name is Amin Irving, president, founder of Janasco Development Company. You know, today is a milestone that highlights the collaborative effort, starting with the foundation of the residents. I cannot begin to tell you the first community meeting we had here. Joyletha, Letitia, a bunch of people over here were saying we need to do something about Villages of Parkside, and we got to work. And really building upon the foundation and the ethos of the needs of the residents. What did we do? We went to Detroit Housing Commission. Detroit Housing Commission has been fantastic in listening to the needs of the residents and then turning around and saying, let's make this a reality. Once the Detroit Housing Commission selected Janasco, we all came together as a threesome and as a three-person team and went to the mayor. And I'll tell you what, there was a behind-the-scenes meeting that I will never forget with Mayor Duggan. And his results-oriented, get-it-done attitude was absolutely amazing and just sparked a fire in all of us. He actually came up with a suggestion on how to make this done that none of us did. So kudos, kudos, kudos to Mayor Duggan and your team. Then City Council gets involved, especially with Councilwoman Johnson, Councilman Durhall, and honestly, there was just in the Detroit Housing Revitalization Department, there was a pilot program that is the best in the state that really helped facilitate the effectuation of this. And kudos to the council, the Detroit City Council, of doing that. And then finally, we have the state of Michigan and HUD. Both the state of Michigan and the feds came to this property and said, yes, yes, this is something that we need to do. And I really, really just want to thank my team, Mike, Nathan, Mike again, and my entire Janasco team of making this dream a reality. There's a lot of work to be done, but we got the money, y'all. Let's go.
Thanks, Amin. That was great. So I do have the chance also to introduce another great leader in Michigan affordable housing, Van Fox. So Van is not only a developer in his own right and one of the winners of one of the low-income housing tax credit awards that we're celebrating today. He's also our partner in managing a number of important developments in our portfolio. He's been an incredibly strategic partner. I want to ask Van Fox to come up and say a few words. Van? Thanks for all your work today on this property, too.
Friends, isn't it refreshing to have a Thundercat, to have Mayor Duggan with the enthusiasm, recognizing the responsibilities, recognizing he knows the importance of affordable housing. Mayor, we are so appreciative of, number one, the recognition, to the team that you have assembled. Friends, working with the partnership of the Detroit Housing Commission, working with Father Snow and the Jesu Church, recognizing the adaptive reuse of one of the Archdiocese of Detroit buildings and connecting new construction to construct a new 35-unit affordable housing senior development at Livernois and McNichols. We are so appreciative of the community involvement. We are so appreciative to work with the City Council. We are very appreciative of the ongoing commitment of affordability from the City Council, from the Mayor's office, to our new developments that are being on display here today. Friends, we're very appreciative, and we're looking forward to promises made, promises kept, and I can't thank you enough. Mayor, thank you.
All right, so just a couple more speakers, and then we can go. And we actually get to hear from really amazing speakers that I'm excited about introducing. But I also want to make sure that we give a due to our commission or board. We, as the mayor said, we are separate from the city. We have a commission who's charged with this work. And I remember making a call not long after the mayor first called me in 2014 to ask Richard Hosey to lead the Detroit Housing Commission, which is at that time still under the supervision of HUD in Washington. And when we brought the agency back into the city, Richard was a key part of how we were able to do that. Richard, can you share a few remarks with us before we go to the big finish?
Good afternoon, thank you. I'm Richard Ozzie, the Board President of the Housing Commission, representing our commission here. Thank you very much, Mayor, for staying on top of us for all the years to work through all the processes. The Village of Parkside is an important step in the Housing Commission's broader effort to modernize and strengthen public housing in the city. As a board, our priority is ensuring that every redevelopment meets high standards, one that provides residents with stability, opportunity, and a place they're proud to call home. And this project reflects that commitment. I want to thank HUD, the City of Detroit, the Mayor, the Council, and the State of Michigan for their partnership in making this progress possible. There's still work ahead, but we are building momentum, moving towards closing this fall and taking another step towards delivering housing that's built to last. I also want to thank our partners, our management, but especially our very strong staff who have worked tirelessly to get through this and shared the enthusiasm of the mayor and the board of getting through this. So thank you all and congratulations.
Great. So before I introduce Joetha Goodwin, who leads the tenant council on the site, I do want to take a moment and add my thanks to HUD, the Board of Commissioners, the mayor, MISHDA and the state, and of course the tenant council for their participation. But it's really important for me to underline that we are able to do this because there are people working in the field, 1301, 2211, every day to make it work. I want to thank that team of people at DHC, Irene Tucker, and the entire DHC team who's present here today. They've come a long way. We're coming a long way together, and it's a real pleasure and great place to work today. I want to say thank you to them for everything they do. It takes an everyday focus on small things that are really big to the people we work with to get this right, and they work hard with me every day to make sure that happens. So last but not least, in fact last but probably most important, tenants. We had a recent Parkside Tenant Council election. Joetha was the winner. We're thrilled to have so much participation, and because participation is crucial to making decisions that lead to the design and eventually the development people will move into. So we're really thrilled to invite Joy up to share a few remarks here at the end, because again, it starts and ends with people walking into a unit for the first time, or coming home, or bringing their kids to the and feeding them at the dinner table in the new unit that they're in. That's what it's all about. That's what our work is all about. So I'm thrilled to have a chance to introduce you and let you come up. Welcome, Joetha Goodwin.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Today is a significant moment here at the Village of Parkside and the residents who call this community home. We are grateful for the investment being made in our future. We want to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to those who have helped make this happen. Thank you. Thank you to the Honorable Mayor Doug Duggan, the Detroit Housing Commission and staff, Detroit Housing Board of Commission, Janosco and team, HUD and State of Michigan, your commitment to our community redevelopment. This funding is not just about rebuilding structures, it's about rebuilding lives. It's about creating a clean and safe, thriving environment where residents can not only live, but truly prosper. With additional support from other organizations, we now have the resources to push forward and bring real change to the villages at Parkside. But as we move forward, we, the residents, we want to be at the table. We want to be actively participating in shaping the future of our community, ensuring that our needs and voices are heard. Because without the resident, there is no community. There is no progress without unity, collaboration, and a shared vision. So we continue on this journey. Let's work together to make sure we get everything that we need and more. Thank you again, everyone who has been a part of this effort thus far. We are looking forward to what's to come, and we are ready to build a better future together. Thank you to Resident Council.
All right. thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's been truly great to see everyone that we get to work with on this together in the same room. I think that we've reached the end of our program, and I think we can adjourn.